Would you live in a van for 6 months for $100,000 and why? If I had $100,000 I would probably use it to buy a van to live in. I'd live in a garbage can for 6 months for that money. Edit, yay, my highest rated comment is about living in a garbage can. What a time to be alive. Don't people pay upwards of $100K to buy a van and do this for real? I know at least one person who genuinely wants to do this. I did this for a year already, pay me. Edit, paid in gold, nice. Why you ask? Why, it's $100,000, that's why. Even converting the money in my own currency, £72,000 is still a lot of money. Yeah, because I'm not a fucking idiot. As long as I have food, water and all the necessary stuff to live, I definitively would. As long as it's down by the river. No fucking way I'm paying $100,000 to live in a van for 6 months. Yes, the reason is the money. Renovate the van, make it comfortable. Defo worth it for $100K. No, I make decent money and I am a bougie bitch and like my creature comforts. A few years back the company I had been working for folded, but they gave everyone a pretty healthy severance package. I spent the summer just living off that while I lined up a new job in another city. As I was moving to the new city I took the scenic route and saw an old VW camper van for sale for a pretty reasonable amount. I'm still kicking myself that I didn't see that earlier and just live in it all summer. So yeah, super gladly. Is there a way to block the op when they ask such stupid fucking questions? Would you take a pile of money for a slight inconvenience? Absolutely. If there really aren't any rules, then I just park it in my driveway. I don't care that much about sleeping in a van for half a year, assuming that's the criteria. Done so. You'll take it in cash, please. I think Hop had no clue how much millennials want to desperately run away and live in vans. I don't think I could. Even though that would be almost double my annual income in half a year, the other prices are too high. Wife and 2 daughters under 6. No way we could all live in a van. That would leave just me in there. No way I'm missing 6 months of my kid's life for that. Yes, BC, it probably costs less and I make the same amount I do in a year. For 6 months. I lived on the subway for 3 months for free. I'm in. With my current salary, I would have to save money for 20 years to get $100,000, so the prospect of earning it in just 6 months seems more than attractive to me. No, I would not. I have a family and I make enough money for us. Living in a van would suck and the money wouldn't be worth living separately or having all of us in a van. All day, dude. I literally just drove my buddy to pick up a van he is converting into a sick place to live. He says he loves it and he just travels around with his GF. Of course I would. I can be down by the river. $100,000 seems excessive and most of us clearly don't have that kind of money. I might pay, say, $10,000 for that experience. Oh, wait. Did you mean get paid $100,000? Would I gladly receive life-changing money to go on vacation? This post is bad. And you should feel bad. Am I the only person saying no? I like my creature comforts, like hot showers and a solid bed. Somehow a minivan isn't cramming all that in. Also I'd likely have to take me kids to live in there with me. There is nowhere enough space for us to roam around. Also, we just had a snowstorm here. I don't want to know what I'd have to do to keep everyone warm and safe. Maybe if I was single I'd do it, but it sounds way too stressful. Sounds like a great excuse to finally make it out west. $100,000 is a lot to me. I make near $140,000 and save/invest over half of it. My coworker makes the same and his family struggles. They do like to live the fancy life. I used to feel bad for him, but now I don't. He only got himself to blame for not putting a stop to the crazy spending. So if you are responsible with your money you will be more than comfortable with $100,000. Sure. I'm 6'1" and lived out of my Kia sedan for 15 months to challenge myself. Learned a lot. Hey broadcast Redditors, would you be willing to do debasing thing for money? That's a good approximation of the questions on here. And capitalism in general, I guess. I've been contemplating doing that lately just for the rent money. You telling me I'd get paid for being homeless? The only people that wouldn't are those with kids to take care of or enough money already. Absolutely. The only people that wouldn't do this are those that are well off already and or have a family. I'm a single guy in my 20s who's doing alright, but $100K is a lot. I get $100K plus a van and presumably one kitted out for sleeping in. All I need to do is spend a bit of my money on a 4 grams network connection with enough data and park somewhere with power that I can use. I'd be happy, particularly because the peace and quiet would be nice while I'm at uni and this could pay my tuition and living expenses for the rest of my degree. $200K/year to live like the dude on Step by Step. He'll do it for $50,000. Needs rules. What type of van? Who pays for the van and making it livable? Can I leave the van? Any restrictions on reasons I can leave the van? Do I just have to sleep in it every night? I'm going to guess I can't go back in my apartment in the whole 6 months. I'm assuming the $100,000 is free of tax. 100K isn't worth it. I'd rather work on a career where I maybe could make that every year. Or half that even. 100K won't last anything and isn't worth 6 months of productive. I'd do it for 12 months. Hell yes. I lived in a bread truck for close to 5 years in Michigan with no heat while going to college and surviving on my GI Bill. 6 months and a $100,000 to live in a van would literally be a vacation for me. I did it for free. Our editors are so sheltered and unaware it's baffling. In a van down by the river? Hell yeah. Why? Okay YouTube, I'm going to live in this van for 6 months. Make sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss a single exciting day of me living in a van by the river. Sure, $100,000 in 6 months can go a long way. Plus the savings from paying for my rent and such would be great. Lots of people have successfully lived in a can, and if it has a bed and desk, the rest can be figured out. I slept in my car for 8 months to save a couple thousand on rent and create a basic money puffer. For a 100K I'd sleep in a tent in the forest for 6 months. Yes, because who doesn't want 100K, and this sub should ban questions like this. These questions are so fucking stupid and probably born from the mind of a 13-year-old who thinks they're edgy. I lived in a hole in Afghanistan for 9 months and I didn't get 100K. I think I could handle a van. I could really do some traveling, or put towards my mortgage, or stock market. Only if I can get on the McDonald's Wi-Fi. Your first week would suck, but really no big downside, and 100K would be huge for over 70% of the population. Yeah, there are worse ways to earn $100,000. I'd do it for free if I had one. I'd love to travel and have the experience of living in a more simplest way. I think I've been too attached to things and people and have a hard time letting go. I'd hope an experience like this could change my life. With the money, however, I'd probably take that van and explore the nation's finest. I'd hope to get much more than 6 months worth. I think 100K could last 3 or more years, and during that time I'd make memories that would last a lifetime. I think you need to head on over to r/vanlife. So I get to live somewhere rent-free and I get 100K after 6 months? What's the downside? This is actually my dream and I plan on doing it for no pay, so yes. Provide the van and I'd do it for nothing. What an adventure. As long as it's a van down by the river. I would put the van in my current house and only sleep in the van. As long as I have my laptop, charger and internet I am fine. Only if it's down by the river. Bitch, I used to spend months every year on tour for basically no money. What do you think? Because $100 is almost 600K in Brazilian real, and that is enough to buy a house, rent it, and have a constant income of more or less 2,5K. Honestly, it'd probably be a good idea for me to live in a van with minimal belongings even if I wasn't paid. Van is pretty ambiguous. A friend of mine did a cross-country year with his wife and dog in a fully outfitted camper van that had satellite internet and they worked remotely. I would do that if I could, regardless of getting an extra $100,000, so yes, pay me and I'll do it.